Fun facts about every country in the world. Part 1. Each nation has its own set of habits, cultures, ways of life, food, climate, and so on. Some countries are a big mix of vastly differing traditions, languages, and history. For the traveler, the student of history and culture, and even just for the curious, every corner of this planet holds something new and exciting. So let's get started. Afghanistan. The traditional and famous national sport of Afghanistan is called buzkashi. It is an aggressive sport played on horseback. Instead of a ball, however, hold onto your stomachs, they use a dead goat. Albania. Currently, there are more Albanians living outside the country than living inside it. As you travel around the Balkans, you'll see tons of kelashes, the brimless felt hats that are a part of traditional Albanian dress. The estimates range from 7 to 10 million Albanians living throughout Europe, primarily in Macedonia, Montenegro, Kosovo, and Greece. Only 3 million Albanians actually live within its borders. Algeria. The acclaimed author Albert Camus, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1957, was born in Algeria. He was also the goalkeeper of the University of Algiers football team. Andorra. Andorra has a long history in tobacco. Andorra once dominated the tobacco industry, and it still grows a lot of tobacco. In fact, the people of Andorra are the #1 smokers on Earth. Angola. Angola has one of the youngest populations in the world. Almost 70% of the people are below age 24. This can be attributed to the long civil war in which over 1 million people died. Antigua and Barbuda. On August 4, 2009, Antigua's highest point, Boggy Peak, was renamed Mount Obama by then Prime Minister Baldwin Spencer. The change was to honor the 44th U.S. President Barack Obama, and recognize him as a symbol of black achievement. Argentina. In 1977, Argentina sent a pregnant mother to Antarctica in an effort to claim a portion of the continent. The boy, Emilio Palma, was the first human to be born in Antarctica. He was born at the Esperanza base near the tip of the Antarctic Peninsula and weighed 3.4 kilograms. Armenia. Armenia is home to the world's oldest winery. In 2011, archaeologists found the oldest winery in the world. Coming in at around 6,000 years old, the remnants of the winery are near the city of Paphos and contain several mosaics depicting Dionysos, the god of wine. Australia. Around 1,500 species of spiders live in Australia. While some of them are super venomous, others are completely harmless. Yet, between the years of 2000 and 2013, more people were reportedly killed by horses than by all of the country's deadliest animals combined. Austria. Austria is home to the world's oldest zoo, the Tiergarten Schönbrunn. It is located on the grounds of the famous Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna. It was founded in 1752. The zoo is home to more than 700 animal species, some of them threatened. Its main purpose is to provide a center for species and general nature conservation. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan has a city built on stilts. The settlement of Neft Daslari started life as an oil rig and a couple of elevated walkways in the Caspian Sea. Today, it's an entire stilted city. It was built in 1949, and communities have cropped up around bakeries, shops, cultural areas, and hotels. The Bahamas. Turns out all the allure of the Bahamas isn't only above water, but also below. In the Lucayan National Park on Grand Bahama Island, you'll find one of the world's largest underwater cave systems. The underwater caves contain remains of the Lucayan Indians and over 7 miles of a stunning limestone cave systems. The above-ground area of the caves also hosts a unique series of birds such as the thick-billed vireo and Bahama swallow. Bahrain. The Bahrain World Trade Center was the world's first skyscraper to integrate wind turbines in its design. Standing 240 meters tall, it is a twin-tower complex that can be found in Manama. The towers are connected by 3 sky bridges, each holding 225 kilowatt wind turbines. They are estimated to provide 11 to 15% of the tower's total power consumption. Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the world's least touristy country. With over 160 million residents, but only around 125,000 annual visitors, citizens of Bangladesh outnumber tourists by 1,273 to 1. Barbados. The name Barbados was chosen by a Portuguese explorer called Pedro a Campos. He liked the island's fig trees, which have a beard-like appearance, and hence named the island Los Barbados, which means the bearded one. Belarus. The national animal of Belarus is the heaviest land mammal on the entire continent, the European bison. And these are not just any bison, in fact, they were nearly extinct in the early 50s. That is, until 2 European bison were released into the Białowieża forest. Today those two have grown the population to around 600 and have managed to revive the once near-extinct species. Belgium. The town of Spa in Belgium is from where we get the word spa. Europe's first modern health resort and casino, La Redoute, opened in Spa in the 18th century, although the famed springs have been reportedly used for health and healing purposes as far back as Roman times. Belize. A few decades ago when Queen Elizabeth visited Belize, she was served with one of the country's finest delicacies. Gubnut meat. Locally referred to as the royal rat, this large rodent looks something like a cross between a chipmunk and a tapir and tastes similar to rabbit. Benin. The Voodoo religion originated in Benin, where National Voodoo Day is celebrated annually on 10th of January. Followers of Voodoo account for 11% of Benin's population, according to figures from 2013. Bhutan. The word Bhutan translates to Land of the Thunder Dragon. It has the nickname because of the fierce storms that often roll in from the Himalayas. Bolivia. Pink dolphins are native to Bolivia. Also known as the Bolivian buffalo, these dolphins reside in the Amazon. The species have been declared a natural heritage of Bolivia. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sarajevo's tram network is one of the oldest in Europe, having originally served as the test line for Vienna's trams. It was opened on New Year's Eve, 1885, making it the first city in Europe to have a full-time operational electric tram line. Botswana. The currency of Botswana is pula. The word pula translates to rain, in the local language. Since much of Botswana is a desert, rainfall is a rare event in the country, and is therefore highly valuable and considered to be a blessing. Brazil. There are 107 uncontacted tribes living in the Brazilian Amazon. Whereas some are apparently aware there's something else out there, due to sporadic accidental contacts, they don't seem much interested in us. The Brazilian government's policy in the last few decades has been to map these tribes from a distance and respect their right to living isolated. Brunei. The Sultan of Brunei is ranked amongst the wealthiest people in the world. He lives in a palace with more than 500 rooms and has a collection of more than 500 luxury cars. Bulgaria. The oldest processed gold in the world is found in Varna in Bulgaria. The golden artifacts were believed to be 7,000 years old. Burkina Faso. The main export of the country is gold, followed by cotton and animal products. Apparently, Burkina Faso is one of Africa's largest producers of cotton. Cotton is known as their white gold by the local farmers, as it contributes a major share in the country's economy. Burundi. Burundians love their cows, not only for the meat and milk but because cows are traditionally a show of wealth. Regardless of your economic status, as long as you have a cow, then you are a rich person in Burundi. The more cows you have, the better your social status. Côte d'Ivoire. Unlike other countries, Côte d'Ivoire has 2 official capitals, Yamoussoukro and Abidjan. Yamoussoukro is 4th largest city in the country and known as the administrative and political capital. Abidjan is the economic capital. Cabo Verde. It is considered rude to eat in public in Cabo Verde without sharing your food, so either eat in private or be prepared to share your sandwich around. Cambodia. Angkor Wat is something that Cambodians are really proud of. By the way, the Tomb Raider was shot in Angkor Wat if you're wondering why it seems familiar. Anyway, this monument is so respected that it has been emblazoned with the Cambodian flag, thus making it the only national flag in the world that features a building. Cameroon. All possible terrains found in Africa can be witnessed in Cameroon, such as rainforests, savanna, swamp and desert, thus bestowing the name, Africa in miniature, upon it. Canada. For Canadians, pancakes and maple syrup are inseparable. But the relationship runs even deeper than that. Small towns all over Quebec are responsible for almost 80% of the world's maple syrup production. The Central African Republic. Despite natural resources, including gold, timber, diamonds and uranium, the Central African Republic is among the poorest nations in the world. Chad. Chad is also known as the Babel Tower of the world because of its cultural diversity. It has over 200 ethnic groups and 100 languages spoken in the country. Chile. The oldest mummy in the world was found in Chile. Known as the Chinkora mummy, it is a mummified remains of a person from an ancient Chinkora tribe of the Atacama Desert, dating between 5050 and 3000 BC, which means that the people of Atacama were mummified up to 2000 years before the Egyptians. So that's it for part 1. For my next video I will be covering countries in alphabetical order from China to Haiti. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. See you in part 2.